Today I'm going to show you how to make this spectacular strawberry tiramisu. Look at those layers, it's so yum, it's just beautiful. Keep watching, the recipe's coming up now. Hi, it's Jolene from Yummy Inspirations. I share easy family meal ideas every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Make sure you subscribe to get notified as soon as something new comes out. And today I have for you this beautiful, spectacular dessert. Strawberry tiramisu. It's just layered and full of delicious flavors and the whole family is going to go crazy for this. So let's go straight to the recipe. Let's start by dissolving our cocoa in our boiling water, so that has a little bit of time to cool while we do everything else. We're going to pop 2 tablespoons of cacao. I like using raw cacao into a bowl and pour over a cup of boiling water. So this will dissolve the cocoa without making too much of a mess. I am prone to messes. You might not use all of this liquid, but it's good to have more than less. And so there's plenty of room for dunking, so just give that a good stir gently to make sure that you can dissolve the cocoa. And then what we can do is just let this cool down a bit. So we'll be ready for the dunking stage shortly, and we're going to get on and whisk up our mascarpone and cream and other ingredients. And just so that you know, the full recipe will be down below, so just click the link down below and you can get the full printable recipe. So follow along, enjoy the show, enjoy watching the video, and then grab the recipe when you're ready to make it. Smells so rich and chocolatey. Now I'm not a coffee fan, so that's why I always use cocoa. I don't have coffee and I give it to the kids, so that's why we use cocoa instead. We're just going to very gently move that aside. There's going to be a lot of moving aside and grabbing another bowl. And now what we're going to do is whisk our mascarpone and maple syrup together. Into our bowl, we're going to pop 250 grams of beautiful mascarpone. So good. Okay, and for sweetness I'm going to use maple syrup. Feel free to use honey or any other sweetener of choice. We're going to pop in 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. 1 and 2 for sweetness. And we're going to give that a good stir through. You can use a whisk or just a spoon as I like to do. Mix that together, it just loosens it up a bit. It really, I know there's lots of little steps, it's really such an easy dessert and it's just so impressive when it's all done together. Alright, that's nice and done. And now we're just going to whisk up our cream. I've moved the mascarpone aside and now I'm going to whisk up my cream. You can use electric beaters or use a whisk if you want, just to put a bit of volume, look into that, into your cup of cream. Just give it a good whisk and keep whisking until it has thickened slightly, and then we're going to fold it through our mascarpone. Just takes a bit of muscle, and look at that, we've got a lovely thick cream, and now we're just going to fold it through our mascarpone. There we go, we've got our mascarpone back front and center, and just pop in your whipped cream. Let's just give such a lovely volume to the tiramisu, and then it comes the fun part of putting it all together. So we're going to get out our dish and all our elements and then assemble it together. You can get the kids involved when you want. Mine usually enjoy doing that, but they are busy watching a Star Wars show and I'm not going to disturb them while I have the peace and quiet. So we just fold it all in together. Just fold the cream and the mascarpone together so you can try and keep a little bit of that lovely thickness. Oh, this is so good. Okay, and then we're going to lay it all up. The last element you just need is your strawberries. It is a strawberry tiramisu after all. I've used a whole punnet of strawberries. It's folded through. We've got a whole punnet of strawberries that I have chopped into little bite-sized pieces. to layer through. You could use more strawberries if you want for the topping, but we'll start with a punnet and we will just have some fun and see how we go. Now onto the fun of assembling. Okay, so grab yourself a large dish that you're going to use for your tiramisu. I like using this Pyrex dish because then I can see all the layers and it just looks pretty from the side. We've got our sponge fingers, Savoiardi biscuits, whichever you like to use. If you're gluten-free, get hold of gluten-free ones, whatever you like. And now we're just going to dip it into our chocolate mixture that we made before the chocolate and the boiling water. It's cooled slightly, and now we don't want them to have a big bath in the liquid. We just want a quick dunk in, flip around and straight into the dish. And we just keep doing that with all, to get, not with all of them, quick around, don't let it sink, and in the dish. I'm going to do one layer of biscuits and then one layer of our sponge fingers, and then we're going to top it with a layer of our beautiful mascarpone mixture. Move the biscuits and the chocolate aside and then bring this back front and center, and we're going to top it with half of the mascarpone mixture. So put roughly half of it on top. Okay, and then we'll just spread that around as best as we can. You can see all the crumbs being picked up. And I've got a couple of gaps between my biscuits. That's just how I'm doing it. I like using this dish, so that's what I do. Just do it as you can. It's just your own creativity. Nobody is going to complain about gaps in your tiramisu. Okay. Then we're going to top it with a layer of strawberries. So use half the strawberries and just scatter them over the top. It's always, just keep in mind when you pop it that you want the sides of what's going to be seen through the dish. So have lots by the side and just top it with your strawberry. This is such just an amazing combo. So good. Without spilling too much as I am prone to doing. Just pop in another layer of your sponge fingers. As I said, you'll probably have a bit of the cocoa liquid left over. That's okay. Better having some left over than finish it all, isn't it? Okay. Yum. Look at that. Alright, so we've used up our sponge fingers, and now we're finally going to top it with our last layer of mascarpone. We've got our second layer of mascarpone going on. Just distribute it around. It's one of these really, I love doing jobs like this, putting together all the layers and just, it's just beautiful. It's very mesmerizing and therapeutic. That's the word I was looking for. It's very therapeutic. Okay, we'll just neaten it up. I'm not the neatest person in the world, as you can tell, so we'll just make it look relatively neat. And then finally top it with our last layer of strawberry. And just go crazy and top it with more and more strawberries. Use up your punnet, grab more if you want. Just keep topping it until it is just full of strawberries to your liking. So that is our completed strawberry tiramisu. Look at those layers of the biscuits, the sponge fingers, the mascarpone and the strawberries. Oh, taking a bite into that, it'd just be full of strawberries and flavour and sweetness, and it's just a spectacular dessert. Thanks so much for watching this strawberry tiramisu recipe. If you like the video, leave a like and subscribe. I share new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Subscribe to get notified as soon as something new comes out. And we'll see you again soon. Bye.